Teachers, what is something you don't want your students to know? I teach high school English, and I had this student, Devin, who was my worst nightmare. Never turned in homework, slept through class, failed every test. I wrote him off as lazy. Then one day, completely out of nowhere, he submitted this essay about immigration that made me cry. It was beautiful, personal, devastating. I called him after class and asked straight up, "Did you write this?" He looked me dead in the eye and said, "Yeah. Why, you think I'm too stupid?" I apologized and told him it was incredible. Then I asked the question that changed everything. "If you can write like this, why don't you ever do your homework?" He went quiet for a long time. Finally, he said his dad got deported 6 months ago. His mom was still in Mexico trying to get paperwork sorted. He was 17, living alone in their apartment, working construction jobs after school and on weekends just to keep the lights on. Rent was $950 a month. He made about $11 an hour when he could get shifts. The days he missed school, he was working double shifts because the landlord threatened eviction. The homework he never did, he got home at 9 p.m., ate whatever he could afford, then passed out. Some nights he didn't eat at all, just slept. He showed me his hands, covered in cuts and calluses from handling materials on job sites. He was 17 with the hands of a 40-year-old laborer. Then he said something that broke me. "I'm trying, miss. I'm really trying. But I don't know how much longer I can do this." His voice cracked and he looked away. I realized this kid wasn't failing because he didn't care. He was failing because he was surviving. I went home that night and couldn't sleep. I kept seeing his hands, kept thinking about him working construction in the heat while his classmates worried about prom. I called my sister, who's a social worker, and asked what I could do. She said without legal guardianship, there wasn't much. The system was complicated. He could end up in foster care, which might be worse. So I made a decision that probably broke a dozen rules. The next week, I asked Devin if he wanted to be